Well, hello, America. Mark Lowry here, and I think we are live. I tried going live a different way tonight, and it worked even better. So, anyway, we're here. I hope you can hear well. Andrew Greer will be here in just a second. He's somewhere in the countryside, and I'm, of course, by the beach. You like my green screen? Isn't this great? I love a green screen. So we're just waiting all you guys to come on in. It's 5 p.m. We said we'd start at 5 p.m. Central Time. And there's Sarah Jane Davies. Hey, Sarah, she's over there on Twitter. And then Brandon Andrews Music. Hey, Brenda Camp, Deborah Weitzel. Hey, look at all these people coming in. All right, everybody, welcome. Oh, wait, I got sound effects now, too. Hold on. Welcome, Andrew Greer. Wait, listen. Can you believe that? What a
That's
fun
so
thing to
real.
do. Hello, Mary Warner. Look at all the people coming in. Connie.
I love it.
We're on all platforms. We're on my Facebook page. We're on Dinner Conversations Facebook page. We're on my private Facebook page, which I love to go over and read the comments over there because they're just my friends. You know, I've got it figured out, Andrew.
What?
On your private Facebook page, and that means your personal Facebook page.
Right.
Don't let anybody in that you don't have their home number. Because,
Why is that?
let me tell you why. You won't have to wade through a bunch of people you don't know to see what your nephews and nieces are doing. If you have to wade through thousands of people to find out what your nephews and nieces are doing, you're gonna be tired. So
That's
if I have your home number, you get it in there. So when I go over read those comments, I know all those people. I grew up with those people. I love that. But there's not many watching over there. What now?
What does that have to do with the home phone number?
In other words, I know these people. I'm on only people that I know.
So you see all my updates, don't you? You basically stalk me. Isn't that how this started?
Actually, you're not one of my friends on there. Let's see. Hi, guys. Ronnie Piedmont. Hey, Ronnie Piedmont. I met her. Wait, with the E, yes, Piedmont. How you doing? Oh, she was in New York at Carnegie Hall.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have you expressed about all that? Well, of course you have. You and Colleen. Did you tell them how I took Colleen out on some dates when you were ill?
What?
When you were sick?
You sent her where?
No, we went on some dates.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yes. You were in New York. I forget. See, I was so out of it that week, y'all. I was sick as a dog. We get to, I'm fine when we leave Nashville. And then that evening, I started feeling all that old familiar feeling, knowing that I'm going to throw up. And I think, oh, no, oh, no, no. And so finally we go to dinner. We're at this famous meatball place in New York City. It's Adina, Colleen, Bubba, me, and some other friends of ours that live in New York. And,
That's a lesson
and
too.
they had recommended this restaurant. And I took one bite of the meatball, and I looked down the table and said, y'all, I have to go to my room. And I got up, and I was in bed almost the rest of the week. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Colleen's awesome. Colleen is my favorite of all your friends. Of all your friends with their phone numbers, Colleen is my favorite. You know where we went?
Oh, I know.
We
Tell them.
to the 9/11 memorial. We went to the September 11th memorial, which I had never been to. Okay, the last time I went to New York City just for fun was almost right after September 11th, like a few months later. So I went to Ground Zero, of course, which was an experience in of itself then. To see that I had not been back to Ground Zero, even though I'd been to New York City in the past, what has that been, 18 years? Well, there's this beautiful memorial with these fountains that go into the ground. I mean, it's really gorgeous, but it's very sobering.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
but
thank
Colleen and
you
I had,
for taking care of her for me because I could not. I had to miss one of our plays. We saw this one we both hated, and I hated it probably mostly because I was not feeling good. Huh?
Hadestown. Is that the one you didn't like?
Yeah, Hadestown. I still don't know what it was about.
It was
And the other one was Moulin Rouge, and she went by herself, and she said it was incredible.
Of course, the night you had to stay in.
Oh, but I'd have rather been in bed. I thought about it. If I had to be in one of those tiny seats, knowing any minute I was going to have to throw up down the back of the person in
It's
front of me, I wouldn't care how good the show was. I couldn't have enjoyed it.
they would have been
Hey,
angry as
Janet Davies, look at this question. She says, "What time is it there?" It's 11:05 in Swansea.
Where's Swansea?
That's
It's
what
five
I was
o'clock.
wondering. I didn't want to sound ignorant. Well, it's 5:05 here,
Yeah, and it's 5:05 here.
Janet, because we're on Central Time, Houston. Andrew, I had no idea you were there. I would have gone with Colleen. Oh, Ronnie Piedmont,
Oh,
thank
Ronnie,
you.
I would
She,
have let you, except that I
Ronnie,
love.
have you not met her?
No, I've not met Ronnie.
Oh, she's sweet. She. I mean,
Did she sing?
I bet her face has never frowned.
She's singing the
She
choir.
sang in the choir.
Mary, did you?
No, please don't.
What's
Please don't.
love got to
No, I
do
love the
with it? Is
song.
that what
Just
you
don't.
say?
I don't want to hear you
What's
sing.
love got to do with it? What you say?
All right, why are we here?
Oh, we are here because we co-host a show called Dinner Conversations, and season 3,
Yeah.
not 6, season 3 is coming out in just less than 2 weeks. So on Monday, March the 16th, we are, I guess I already said it.
Wait,
We're
wait. I might have
debuting.
a sound effect for that.
Oh, okay. Drum roll.
Hold on. Wait. I don't know if I have a drum roll. Oh well, I'll get back with it.
You got a cymbal gong, a clash.
I'll get. Hold on. Just keep going, Converse.
Okay. So on Monday, March 16th, I know we have said that season 3 is coming out, and we keep saying it's coming out. It's going to release soon. It's such a labor of love. We take so much care with it that it just sometimes takes a little extra time. So we are releasing on Monday, March 16th, and here's what we're going to do. It will be on Amazon Prime again as of Monday, March 16th, so you can binge the whole season if you have Prime. But don't you fear, last season we put it out on Prime first and then released it on YouTube and podcasts. This year, we're releasing everything on this.
This year we're doing what?
We're releasing everything on the same day. Monday, March 16th, it will be available on Amazon Prime
Right after
binge.
Mondays with Mark.
That's right. And then the key with YouTube, okay, because a lot of you watch on YouTube and subscribe on YouTube. We will premiere each new episode each week, right? We'll come out with a new episode each week starting Monday, March 16th, right after Mondays with Mark. So if you're already watching Mondays with Mark on Facebook or YouTube or wherever he streams it, all you have to do is go over to Dinner Conversations YouTube page, and he'll throw it at the end and say, don't forget, watch the episode coming up with Lisa Harper or with Winona or whoever it is for the week.
Yeah,
And we will actually,
if you remember to remind me.
I'll remind you.
Because I was going to mention this last night that we were going to go live today and I forgot all about it.
I know. I will remind you. And what we'll do is we'll actually be in there on our Dinner Conversations YouTube page commenting, and you're able to comment. It's like a YouTube premiere. You've seen those. We did it with the Christmas episode, and tons of y'all watched and commented as you watched for the first time. It's very cool. I love it.
Yeah.
So we'll comment with all the nice things. And if you have critical things to say, you can save those for after we're not on there live.
No, I like the critical stuff. I want to argue with somebody about something.
We know last time, you know what they said last time on the Christmas episode? We were in there for a little bit, and someone said, Mark, doesn't Andrew annoy you?
They did?
Yeah.
Well, probably like I annoyed Bill Gaither. Like a little kind of squirrel going through your hair and picking at you. No, it's just putting up with those millennials,
It's true.
That's what
Look at
God's called us to do. What's wrong? I got something on my
the
face.
millennials getting older.
Oh,
We're getting,
you. Oh, yeah.
you
So
notice
who's
that?
going to be on season 3?
All right. So some of our guests will be Lisa Harper as well as her daughter, Missy Harper. So that's a lot of fun. Winona Judd
Oh, yeah.
and her husband, right?
That was a good
Her
one.
Cactus Moser. And she's talking about recovering from perfectionism. That's a cool topic. Mark is also recovering from perfectionism.
Can you read what Pam Burt wrote?
Mark, you're getting old. The mind is the first to go.
Thank you, Pam.
Yeah. And then we have Jason Crabb
Yeah.
and Sonia Isaacs on the same episode. That's fun. And
Now,
who else?
think
do we
about
have?
that. There's 2 voices.
No kidding. 2 of the best.
Yeah.
You remember what Jason sings on it?
No.
The old hymn. I'd rather. What about me, Hannah?
I'd
How?
rather have Jesus
Yeah.
than silver
Silver.
or gold. I love
I'd
that
rather.
song. I sang that when I was a kid. You know the story behind that song?
I don't.
George Beverly Shea. You ever heard of him?
Of course, Billy
Uh-huh.
Graham.
Yeah. So you're not that young, but no, his mother. I heard the story was his mother left that poem on the piano. It was some lady's poem, and
Really?
he came downstairs and wrote it and committed to it. Wrote
It
the music
sure.
to it,
And
and
that
it became his song and his testimony. Really,
it's then to be the king. It's gorgeous
the
that melody.
vast domain, or be held in sin's dread sway.
Ya da da dum.
I'd rather have Jesus than anything this world affords today. And some people say this world can afford today. I don't think that's right. The world affords today, I think, means slightly something different. Mark, you're not old. I love this person,
What?
Linda Phoenix Coley. Mark, you're not old. You're a recycled teenager. Stay young like the rest of us. Oh, Linda. How
And
kind and sweet and precious.
we that is adorable. We also have while you're combing through the comments, love this from
Yeah,
Fiji.
why don't we go do a dinner conversations over there?
You wouldn't go.
I wouldn't, would I? I hate
You do.
leaving the house. That's why I started Mondays with Mark. Tell them how hard it is to get me to do dinner conversations these days.
It's not simple. It's a decree from the queen, and
A
uh,
decree
but
from Mama. Uh,
you like that's why we film some
say
more,
that
folks.
again.
That's why we have filmed so much. Season 3 is not the end because we actually have a season 4 filmed. Just FYI, it's not coming out right away. But uh, you want to know some other guests on season 3?
Who?
Patsy Claremont interviewed,
Oh, I love her.
and she interviews Mark. So I know she's been on the show before, but Mark is in the hot seat this time. And then Jackie Velasquez and her husband Nick Gonzalez, they have an autistic child, and we talk about what that looks like. Eric Metaxas,
Oh yeah,
yeah, we talked to him
he's
about.
smart.
He's very smart. I mean, we're smart too.
Not that smart.
Well, yeah, I
I
need those
think he's too
glasses.
smart. He thinks a little past his solution sometimes.
He might. I can see how you would think that. But he wrote Bonhoeffer and some other really great
Great writer.
books. And then let me close it out. Here we go. Let me think. Oh, we've got Michael Tate and Linda Randall. Michael Tate, of course, was in DC Talk, now in Newsboys. His sister Linda Randall, who we all know from, I mean, Mark, you and Linda have sung
Well,
together
and
on the same.
also we all went to the same university.
I know that is so weird, isn't
I
it?
went to Liberty, and right behind me was Linda. Then comes.
Do they have your mom?
I don't know about that. I don't know if they had Mama or not, but they knew her. I mean, we all knew them. They were always over at the house, and
They
yeah,
weren't there much later than you, right? Like just a few years.
10 years maybe. I don't know. I graduated in 1980. Um, yeah, so I don't know when they graduated
That's
from
before I was.
Liberty. I went to Liberty when it was like, oh my gosh, it was so easy. If you had an
Small.
IQ of a turnip, you could get a master's degree. I'm telling you, it was a glorified high school, but it was the beginning, you know.
Oh, it was. It's that modern. It's only been around what 50 years or
Oh
something.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I was one of the people that prayed in the snow. One of the kids that prayed in the snow on the mountain for the university. I mean, before
are
there
you
was a
serious?
brick laid. There's not one building left standing. Listen to this. Not one building left standing that I was ever in.
Really?
They've demolished them all, built a campus, a Harvard of the future type situation, I guess, and or at
Wow.
least
I mean, I've
that's
always.
what Dr. Falwell's vision was. I don't know if it's going to end up like that or not, but
I
we'll
can't
see,
believe
won't
it.
we?
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Number 2 on our list of dinner conversations, exciting things, is many of you have asked because many of you have pre-ordered the season 2 DVD. Okay, so last season has been put on a DVD. We've had a little delay with, you have to do a lot of permissions with songs when they end up on DVDs, and a couple of those songs have given us some unexpected delays. So you did purchase something that is a reality that will be in your mailbox, I would easily assume, well before the summer. I'm expecting any day to hear that they're being manufactured. So that's exciting, and we will talk more about it then, but don't think it's been forgotten. That's that little note.
I,
You like that side note?
I wasn't really listening. I was reading the comments. This
We've
one says,
always
"We
loved.
love you. I used to get a kick out of you and the wig teasing."
So glad I found you
And
live.
that live.
Oh, live.
You know, LIVE can be live or live. You know that.
You know, we can set something straight here real quick, though, folks. Just because you're commenting on Facebook doesn't mean you get away with no grammar, no punctuation, or
Well, that is
incorrect.
true now. Well, you can get away with it. Just,
If you type an email or write a letter, you can type out a comment with correct spelling. That was not a comment about that.
but it was
That
very self-righteous on your part.
it might be. I agree. I have some
But I
judgment
will
about
admit to you, when someone says, "Hey, Mark, I seen you," the hair on the back of my head goes up. Like I seen you back in 1982. The, I can't hear anything past that because I saw you.
And you're a stickler.
It's just as I'm kind of a grammar Nazi.
Dude, you have corrected mine several times with commas and Oxford
Oh,
commas
and
because
I
I'm
catch myself doing it. And the thing is, the tireder I get,
the more tired. That's terrible
I
language.
stopped it. The tireder I get, or if I'm trying to make a point, if I'm like, and I'm trying to act really dumb and country,
Okay,
but I want to make a kind of a
right.
point where I look like I really don't know what I'm doing. You
Which,
know what I'm saying? It is when you go to the real ignorant country mode.
yeah. Which, if you're using it on purpose, then you're smarter than it, right?
Well, I hope. But I
Okay.
love being country. I love. Hey, Scott Davis. And you don't know Scott Davis. I don't think he's
I
one of
think,
my best friends from Liberty back in the day. And where are you at? Ugh,
uh,
Mama always said that behind. Oh, Mama always said behind the at, or
because you shouldn't end
because
with
his
at.
mother knew grammar. I knew his mother.
So it's where are you at,
You don't.
Mark?
Yeah, what you don't say? Where are you?
Oh, where are you?
Where are you? You don't go. Where are you at?
Where you
Where
at?
are you? Is
Well,
sufficient, right?
I mean, I grew up in Texas.
But you grew up saying, "Hey, where y'all at?"
Where y'all at,
Yeah.
y'all?
That, hey, Mary, did you know was incorrectly written, and I didn't know it. I was 26. It should have been, Mary, do you know that your baby boy will one day?
Oh, because you're talking about
Because it's perfect
future.
present tense, which Gloria Gaither brought up to me. Okay, I wrote this song in '84. I didn't know the Gaithers until '88, right? So I didn't know perfect present tense. I went to a Christian school. I mean, I didn't. They never talked about that I could remember, and if they did, I wasn't paying attention. So anyway, because in Texas we'd go up and say, "Hey, do you know your kid's playing ball down the street? Hey, do you know your
Sure.
mama's singing in a minute?"
Right.
Not
You know.
did you know? It's always did. Did you
Right.
know your mom? And so I wrote, Mary, did you know that your baby boy will? And a lot of people started saying would because
Oh, because it did.
yeah. And then the
So
problem with that is when you get to the bridge, it makes no sense
the blind would see the.
because none of that's happened yet. From when I wrote it as if I'm whispering into Mary's ear in the manger scene, right?
Bless
As
her.
if I'm out of my mind excited. And I'm asking her things that she obviously may know, because the angel told her a lot. But
Sure.
I didn't listen. Do you think I'd have been listening to the angel if I knew God was in the room? I'd have been jumping around, and especially if I knew what was ahead, like what we do. Like, I mean, we know now.
Right.
He walked on water. He raised the dead. He healed the sick. He loved his enemies.
All I can think about is you've directly contributed to the poor grammar of a whole
I
generation.
know. Thank you, Gloria, for pointing that out. And I told her when she brought this up to me, I said, "Well, too late. It's already a hit.
Maybe that's
I
why,
can't
because
fix it now."
you put it where everybody could understand it. You weren't above
I
the heads.
always believe you ought to put the cookies on the bottom shelf.
I know everyone should be able to have a bite.
I don't know who came up with that, but I stole that years ago because I love that statement. What good are the cookies if nobody can eat them? Because they can't reach them. They can't understand them. You know, I've heard some people talk about God. You'd think he was a textbook or something. I like what Jason Krabs says. This preacher was all excited about Jesus, and he's preaching away, and then and so this real must have been a Baptist lady. She come up and she said, "You know, Jesus never acted like that." He said, "Yes, ma'am, but everybody he touched did." Isn't that great? You know what the
Yes.
problem is? A lot of people have never been knocked off their donkey by a bright light named Jesus. They've never seen a burning bush. They've never had their encounter with Christ. But once you do, it is over. It
Yeah.
don't matter if you may not always live it, but you'll always believe it. You can't
Well, you'll
forget
respond
meeting
to it.
God. And the problem is we got a lot of people walking around who talk about him but don't know him. I think maybe because they're mean. Why how can a Christian be mean? Anyway, what are we doing?
I agree. I definitely
I
agree.
got carried away here.
In the effort of being kind, so if you're a Christian, what our season 3 dinner conversation sponsor, who that is, you like that segue?
Child fun?
Yes, Child Fund.
You want me to play that commercial?
Yeah, we'll play the commercial about our experience
This
with
is
Child.
when we went to, where'd we go?
We went to Guatemala and Latin America.
I already forgot about it. You can help change the life of a child today by partnering with Andrew and me and supporting a boy or girl in Guatemala through Child Fund today.
Your sponsorship will not only improve the future of one child's life, your child's sponsorship will promote communities in Guatemala. The communities that Mark and I just visited, where we saw parents who are learning to value and to protect and to advance the worth and rights of their teens and children, who through your child's sponsorship are literally changing the culture of each child's community from the inside out.
Perhaps you already sponsor a child. Would you consider sponsoring another child in Guatemala? Maybe in honor of one of your children, a new grandchild, a special niece or nephew. It takes so little to make such a profound difference in the life of a child.
Your sponsored child is a real kid with real dreams, just like the dreams of your children and grandchildren. We know because we met them. Kids that want to be doctors and lawyers and teachers, even musicians, kind of like us. Your sponsorship gives these children their chance to achieve their very unique dreams.
You may not be able to change the whole world, but you can change the world for one child. Visit childfund.org/dinner conversations to sponsor a child in Guatemala today. Andrew, that was a fun trip, wasn't it?
It was a fun trip. We got to meet you. You've been with Child Fund before. You went to Mexico the first time, correct?
I did. I went to Mexico the first time. That was a tough trip. Now that one.
That was some hiking, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that was some hiking, and I don't hike, you know. I
I
got to
know.
take a stress test March 9th.
Because of hiking?
No, just because I'm old.
Oh.
A stress test. The doctor ordered it. Anyway,
So
back to this.
Mark will not be going to Guatemala again
No.
because he's stressed out.
I cannot.
But
I can't walk.
you not be able to go to Guatemala as well. You can sponsor a child. So we do have. We'll be letting you know as we get into the season what some of our goals are as far as child sponsorship, and all of the child sponsorships. This is what's cool. Will be in the communities that we visited in Guatemala. So we actually, Ronnie, that is awesome. That is so awesome. Yeah, it's a really cool. I mean, we met the kids, we met the families, we saw the work that's being done, and it's all through education, which is really cool. I mean, talk about married did you know versus married do you know. You might have been more successful if you had known what you were talking about. So, and there will also be some. We have some gifts for each sponsor. We have a CD and some coasters cloth coasters that the Guatemalan men and women in the communities that you'll be supporting actually made, and you can put them on your table underneath your water glass or whatever, so it won't stay in your glass. But just a cool small way to say thanks, and we'll have some other bigger ways to say
And
thanks.
hopefully you won't knock your glass over.
Did you just do that?
Did you see it a few weeks ago? I had a big old glass of tea.
Contrary to popular belief, I
Knocked it over, and that was the end of that program. We had to come back up. Fortunately, it didn't hurt anything except the little mixer that was only $200. Thank God it wasn't my laptop.
Oh, but it did fry that?
It fried it, and I went to Guitar Center and got another one.
Well, that must have been the one week I missed Mondays with Mark.
Y'all, he never watches. He never watches. He's not really saved. He's just doing it for the money. Like J.D. Sumner said, we just sing for Jesus and what little money there is in it. Can you?
I think JD got a few pennies out of that one.
J.D. Sumner, what a sweetheart. I miss him.
Yeah,
see, Ronnie Piedmont saw me spill my drink.
She did.
And I spilled drink out of a sippy cup. Yes, Randy I'm supposed to get me a sippy cup.
Oh, a tippy cup.
One of those sippy cup. What is it? A tippy cup or sippy cup? Oh, tippy cup. Yeah, that's what I need.
Tipsy cup.
Well.
Well, we try to do our best for you, Mark, as you're aging. I just fear that if this relationship continues.
I love that I'll have young people. See, that's why I wanted to get to know Andrew and other younger people, so as I get old, they can push my wheelchair around and still take me out to do things. Go to the Cleburne cafeteria.
I'm going to be one hand on you and one hand on Colleen.
No. Well, what else are we going to talk about?
Well, whatever you want to talk about. No, just I'll say the quick reminders. So 2 weeks away, Monday, March 16th, we'll debut season 3 on YouTube right after Mondays with Mark. So you can tune in, and it'll be on Amazon Prime to binge watch. But thank you. I want to say thank you just while we are talking, because everyone's always so patient with us. We do the show ourselves still, even with it on Prime and all that. We do it ourselves.
Well, you do it. I mean, seriously, Andrew does all the work. I show up, he tells me what we're talking about, and I ask questions. Well, it's true, Andrew.
It is true, but
it's for you and
Chris Cameron. Yep, he does a good bit of it. But Mark, your showing up is enough.
Oh,
trust me,
that's nice.
And you always have something to say that we would have not thought to ask.
Well, y'all, thank you for tuning in on this Tuesday afternoon. I enjoyed this, Andrew. You're kind of fun to talk to. You always make me go places I hadn't planned on going. You do. I mean, like that whole rant I just did on Jesus. I want to go write all that down because I'd never heard any of that before.
That was nice. Yeah.
I do love him. I like him too.
And here's the thing. If you love him, it's just the truth. If you love him, if I love him, I will love others. Period.
Yeah, but not always like them. See, there are a lot of people I love I don't like. No,
true.
That's a routine I do, but it's true. But you're right. You love people, but the thing is, it's easy to love other people. It's hard to love your enemies, right?
And sometimes our greatest enemy is ourselves, which is why we don't love ourselves well.
That's true. All right, on that happy note, see y'all next Monday night, where my guest will be Matt Fouch of On the Couch with Fouch. Excuse me. He's a fella in Southern Gospel Music who started his own On the Couch with Fouch, with interviewing people, and I love his program because I've learned a lot about artists that I haven't met in Southern Gospel, and it's a really good thing. So he'll be here next Monday night. Bye, everybody.
Bye.